laws being made, law enforcement, all these other, entities that are used today.
Wait, now give me an example. What do you?
But like for instance, if I automatically look at it as, oh well, no other group has done anything significant for me or anything significant, period. Wouldn't that almost affect how you judge these individuals or write laws against these individuals or just public opinion? Yep. We always say the court of public opinion is wide open, and it plays a significant role in a lot of things.
It would actually bleed over into your policies, or has a very good potential of bleeding over, because if you truly feel that way about it, I mean, unless you address it by making up some trippy ass double standard, if you have this very to go back to Trump, this very xenophobic attitude about everything, then you're gonna be very anti anybody, just as far as immigrants are concerned. Even though, isn't his wife an immigrant?
Yes, I think she's Russian.
Well, geez, he's a motherfucking hypocrite as it is. So, I think that he's a little bit. I know he hasn't directly addressed it, at least with like the Russians or whatever. But I mean, we all know about his comments about the Mexicans.
Yeah, which that's another thing, is people create double standards for immigration. It's like, okay, I want to keep all Mexicans out, but I don't care about the Canadians. I don't care about Europeans coming over or Russians coming over or any of these individuals. It's just the Muslims and the Mexicans. Those are the ones I care about.
Mm-hmm. And like that, and like I know some cool ass Mexicans, so it's like, well, shit. Like, why are you going after these guys?
I mean, you have some people who blur the moral lines. You have those, but to say, because I always, it goes back to like, if I can judge an entire group on limited information, for instance, kind of like what we talked on last time, Tracy, who wasn't able to be here. I guess we scared him off, but I think he'll come back next time.
Yeah. But we'll see.
But when he brought up saying how we can judge all cops on the limited information we get from these police shootings and label them all as bad. But in our court of public opinion, we can't do that because that's unfair. There's some good cops. But these same individuals will say, well, all Mexicans are stealing jobs or dope dealers or are bad and robbing, raping, or whatever. And all people of the Muslim faith are all terrorist descent.
You know what? I think that's just their way of just like not really. I think it's just simpler for them to think about it in that way. Of instead of addressing each person as an individual, they much rather just do a broad stroke and say, hey, you know what? You're asking me to think. You're asking me to evaluate a person as an individual? Nah. It's much simpler just me to look at you, say your skin's brown, you're fucking evil.
See, and I remember I told one guy, I said, with that being said, then by that logic, I should go round up every white male around age 17 to 40-ish, lock them into a confined area because on average, they're the ones that may conduct a mass shooting at a public place. Or they potentially may potentially be a serial killer.
Yeah, and that's fucked up.
See how it sounds? And they will tell me that's wrong. Or like you said, hey, in that case, we should fire every last cop and start over. But what about the good ones? Hey, you said we using this broad stroke brush. We got to do it to everybody. We can't pick and choose who we want to do it to.
Yeah, I think we should probably get out of this groupthink mentality that we kind of got going on here. And we need to just say, hey, we got some good ones, we got some bad ones in our group. But look, we're not just we're a nation of immigrants, and we're not our group. We're an entire nation of people who are made up of individuals. So don't be trying to like hide all the bad ones in your group. You need to like oust them because it's not about you and your group. It's about you being a part of a bigger group. You're the part of the United States. So once you step onto our soil, you are a citizen, and all those other motherfuckers need to go. And I'm not saying groups of people need to go. I'm saying those other individuals that you're saying that they're a part of your group, but all they're doing is just throwing dirt on your name by being in this group that you want to identify with so bad.
We've all been placed with labels, and I get it, and it's one of those things. Like I always talk about us. I always say, man, we're so out of touch with anything because we don't know who we are in most cases, and most of us don't even go out and search for it. It's like I tell you, when it comes to most history about us, most we know is what we've been taught, which is our, I guess you could say, our imprisonment over in this place. And then again, you look at it like not all of us were brought on ships. They already had some of us here who were doing our own thing, but that's not told. So it almost goes back to what Jane Elliott says, like, is the education system more an indoctrination system, or is it really to teach people?
It's a little bit of both, depending on what we're talking about. I think that the education system has sort of created this environment of doers, not necessarily have encouraged the environment of innovators. So you can become indoctrinated by the system, and I don't really like to use the word indoctrinate, but you can become a part of the system. It doesn't mean you have to be.
Well, the only thing I think about indoctrinate is that, a lot of us especially I always use history, and, we'll take I guess you could take the quote from Napoleon on this one, where he was like, history is just a group of lies agreed upon. Like even Tracy said last time, you're only going to tell the history of the origins of or how you view your culture currently. And that, or even like they said, history is written by the victor. So I'm going to tell my version of how things went down. It may not be the exact truth, but I'm going to tell my version anyway. Mm-hmm. And the thing is I think a lot of us are in a kind of a docile mode because we do feel, dang, I just came up from as a lowly slave, and dang, man, things were rough. At least I ain't a slave no more. It gets that way. It's like, at least I ain't like that anymore, or even like now, or at least I ain't them niggas.
Yeah. Always somebody that'll be like, you know what, I'm bad off, but I'm not them. It's like,
yeah. Hey man, I always say we got a lot of work to do if it can be done. But like I said, the first thing is to admit that we got a problem.
But speaking of a lot of work to do, I know I want to save a lot of this material that we're talking about for the next following podcast. So, Mr. Quentin, are we ready to go ahead and sign off and fly away in space?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and shut up for right now, man. I would save a little bit more for later on. I don't know. I may do another snippet if I just can't shut it up. But but yeah, man. Hey, it's all good. This is the Critical Dump. We're going to sign off. But again, if y'all want to get at us, we do have our email, thecriticaldump@gmail.com. Soon we're going to start up the Facebook page, and we're going to try to make it more interactive with, when we get our viewership up, we can make it more interactive where people can, put things on there, put questions on. Hey, man, we really just want to make this a show for the people. And we really just want to talk more in depth about things that do go on, but not what you would get from CNN, where we got to worry about our sponsors. But other than that, I'm Qsimp. You can always get on me on my Facebook as well. Quentin Simpson, Qsimp is on there. Eric, you want to speak? Let them know how to get at you.
It's Super Eric. It's on Twitter. It's Super Eric. I am the superhero.
All right. Super. Oh, I am on Twitter as well, Qsimp05, man. Y'all get at me. I'm open to questions. I'm open to talk. Hey, but other than that, we out, folks.
Laters.